Stop letting your dreams die because you can't focus. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility to fix it. So what we're going to talk about today is the focus framework. Right. So a lot of us can't focus. Why is that? Who knows? But we're going to figure out the exact same thing that got me out of my 9-to-5 Coca-Cola job, putting up bottles on a shelf, to a multi 6-figure, 7-figure business at the age of 26, 27. So the first thing that you want to do when you're looking to gain focus in anything is set priorities. So figure out what your priorities are. Figure them out. Because if you don't know what the hell your priorities are, you're never going to be able to say, this is important to me and this is not important to me, right? So you need to set your priorities immediately. After setting your priorities, the next thing that you want to do is figure out your distractions. Eliminate distractions. So you want to eliminate your distractions. Now, what are your distractions? Your distractions are whatever the pulls you away from your goal, right? So if those priorities that we set are very important to us, we need to understand that those are the things, we need to be doing things that pull us towards that, not things that pull us away. And what a lot of us get stuck on here in this eliminating distractions part is that we get stuck on our phone. We see a notification go off. Some of us got ADHD. I know myself, I have ADHD, bruh. Anything tick me off, my brain's off onto the next thing, right? And so you have to get yourself in a place that puts you in the right framework, the right mental state to not only focus on your priorities, but achieve the things that you said you were going to do for the day. And what is that? That is setting your smaller tasks. So taking that big goal from your priorities and breaking it down into smaller steps. Set small goals, right? So we'll call it set small goals, right? You want to set small goals. So that big thing that you're trying to achieve is fine. It's phenomenal. I'm glad that you have that in your brain that you want to get done. However, you need to understand that going after such a lofty goal requires some sort of consistency and some sort of understanding of the track towards where you're going. When you're driving to the store, what do you look for, right? What do you type in before you drive to the store? No GPS, right? You're going to F1, tell Siri, say where you want to go, and Siri then figures out a route for you, the fastest route too at that. So what do you need? Set small goals, right, that are geared towards getting your priorities or to the bigger overarching goal. We'll make that green, right? And so after you get your small goals in place, after you know the tasks that you need to take to get to that bigger goal, that overarching goal, or that priority for your life, and you have those small things set in place every single day for you to stay consistent on, you want to automate those things or create habits like habit stacking, like I've given you the book from last video, which was Atomic Habits. Right, so that teaches you how to allow one habit to then train or to train your brain to trigger one habit that triggers the next habit that triggers the next habit. So that's called habit stacking, right? And so what do you have to do? Create systems, right? Create your systems. Whatever that looks like for you, it looks like for you. It's very different. It's not going to be the same as your friends because your friend has an overarching goal, right? It's not going to be the same for me because my goals are not your goals, right? You are the one that knows your goals. And that then leads into, yes, your influence and all of these things, but making systems that get to your overarching goal are the only way to not have to worry every second of the day and get distracted by the small tasks that you have to do every single day, or get distracted by the overarching goal because now you have systems in place so you know the fucking roadmap. You have a GPS to your destination. All right? So creating systems. Huge one. And then second or last step to this whole thing here is that you want to reevaluate and always review what you're doing, right? So review and adjust, right? So you want to understand what you're doing correctly and what you're not doing correctly. Because every single week, things are going to come up in your life. Life is going to happen, right? You're not just going to wake up one day and be like, oh, yay, this is great. I continue to do what the fuck I want to do, and my life is just going to be linear and very easy. No, your life is going to have ebbs and flows, right? Things are going to happen to you, lucky and unlucky and unfortunate, right? Tragedy is going to strike. Right. So if you have no clear focus on understanding how this thing upstairs works and how the overarching of your life works, you're never going to get to the priorities and the goals that you set for yourself. So you always, always, always want to review and adjust everything you're doing. Review and adjust. It's imperative that you do that. Right. And so not only are all of these things very important to each other and essential to each other, I'm going to give you a scenario. Right. So cool. And I'll give you one a little bit more personal to how I got out of Coca-Cola, because that one, it rings in my brain every day. And now that I'm in another cycle, because what you realize is in life, you're going to go through cycles. Right? You're going to go through cycles. Your priorities are going to change when life happens to you, right? You're going to get new distractions that remind you of your old distractions, but they're really just new distractions that hitch on to your new goals and new priorities. You're going to have to change the way you make small goals, because maybe your small goals were once the huge goal, right? And then creating the systems may be different, because now you're not only relying on yourself, so it's not a habit stack for you, but it's a habit stack that you have to create for other people that then take over systems for you. Right? And then reviewing and adjusting is no longer about yourself, but about people that are helping you get to your overarching goal. So when I was working at Coke, right, I had to set a priority here. So my biggest priority was leaving my 9 to 5, right? That was my biggest fucking thing. That was a priority for me. Leaving this thing right here. How the fuck do I get out of my 9 to 5? I brought my computer, right, to work every day and dreaded going inside, right? But how did I get out of my 9 to 5? I had to eliminate every fucking distraction. And if you go in my bio right now and you click the free Eliminating Distractions ebook that I wrote to get me out of that 9 to 5 and make the tons of fucking money that I've made in the last few years, bro, it's in the bio. Like this whole shit. Right? But more so specific on eliminating your distractions, it's in my bio. So go get that for free. But the first thing I had to do when I figured out leaving my 9 to 5 and starting my business was the thing I wanted to do, I had to eliminate my distractions. So what are eliminating your distractions? You have to first make a list. A list. Right? Make a fucking list. I can't tell you how fucking monumental making a list is. Right? We scroll on Instagram. We talk to gyal. We talk to our friends. We go partying. We go drinking. We get on Xbox. We talk to people on PlayStation. Hello. You have to acknowledge the fact that you're doing something to perpetuate your problems or keeping you here. Because what you're not fucking changing, you're choosing. So if you're choosing to stay here, then continue to do the shit that you make on that list that you get from the fucking ebook that's in my bio, right? Continue to fucking do that, because you're not going to get anywhere, bro. This is going to murder you. Murder. Like, it's no joke, because distractions aren't the things that you may think they are, right? Distractions aren't just about scrolling. Distractions may be, I talked on the phone too long this week, right? Every day I'm on the phone for 2 hours, 3 hours. I'm distracted. Right? I go to the gym for 4 hours. I'm distracted because I'm at the gym for 4 hours, right? How could you be at the gym for 4 hours, but then don't have enough time after you get out of your 9 to 5 to build something? You have to get out of your fucking distractions, and they don't come to you as these crazy ass harsh things that make you feel uncomfortable. They are the things that make you feel insanely comfortable and content with your life. Right? And these are the things that you find and bind yourself to because you feel like your 9 to 5 may be too harsh right now, right? So whatever this overarching goal for you is at the moment, because you're going to go through seasons in life. So if this is your overarching goal for you right now, your 9 to 5, okay, cool. Then, okay, the next step, make a fucking list about what you need to eliminate from your life, because the things that you do frequent are your frequency, and you have to change your frequency to get out of this job, right? So make that list. Next, setting small goals. It's crazy to me how many of us go to a fucking place in our mind to think that the big goal of your life is just going to come to you if you continue to do the same shit that you've been doing for years? It's crazy. It's like astronomical. It's nuts, right? In our brain, we tell ourselves, say, yo, me can continue to walk down the same road, right? Walmart over there, so, and I need to get to Walmart, but me I got Target. The end goal is Target over here, but I need to be at Walmart. Why the fuck me I continue to walk got Target if Walmart is all the way over there? No, you need to take actionable tasks to get you on the right route, right? So break up the big goal. Whatever that is for you, break up the big fucking goal. I beg you. I beg you, bro. Right? So if leaving the 9 to 5 was my biggest goal, right? Eliminating my distractions so I had clear vision of what I needed to get or what I needed to do to get out of that 9 to 5. The next thing is, now that I have that clear vision because all my distractions are gone, breaking up the big goal. Big goal is running my company so that it makes money so I can leave this for good, right? And leave that in the dust and hopefully never have to go back there, right? Broke up that big goal. What number in my brain, and we've talked about this before, what number do I need to make to leave this and live comfortable or live the life that I want to live, right? Set that up. Okay, cool. Now I need to know how much money I'm making every hour on the hour. And I've discussed this before. Pick your net income, because that's after you get taxes pulled out and all that shit from your 9 to 5. Figure out what your money is that you get to keep in your pocket that you make every hour on the hour. So take your net income and divide it by 720 hours. That is how much hours is in a month. Right? 720 hours divided by that. And whatever number you get is the amount of money you make every hour on the hour, no matter what. So when you're sleeping, when you wake up, go to work, blah, 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 that is the amount of money you make every hour. Do the same thing to your expenses. Take your expenses for the entire month and break that up by 720 hours, which is a fucking month, and it'll give you the number. Whatever that difference is, that is how much money you have kept in your pocket to then explore other ventures, right? And that number, if it's very fucking low, you might need to work on yourself so that you can garnish and be more value to the world so that you get paid higher, right? The more value you give, the more money you will get. Cool. So you need to increase the amount of money you're making so it doesn't fucking get killed by the expenses that you're losing every hour on the hour. But that also says something to your fucking distractions, because your distractions and the amount of hours that you give to your distractions, that means the time that you're not making money, right? The times that you're using on your distractions, not only are you not making money during those times, you're losing money, right? So those same hours that you just talk on the phone aimlessly and go to these places for no reason, talk to people for no reason, go drinking for no reason, go take that vacation for no reason, that's going to cripple you as well. Because those are opportunities where you could be making money, but instead you're losing money, because remember, your expenses every hour on the hour are still going no matter what, right? And if it's killing you versus your net income, you're just digging yourself in a hole by having more distractions. So you want to eliminate these as much as possible so that you maximize the amount of time you have to go make more money and garnish more money. So then when you break up your big goal, which is leaving your 9 to 5 or whatever the goal is for you, you can make actionable tasks or actionable steps to get you to the big goal. So actionable steps for me when I was at Coke was bringing my laptop, right? Bringing my laptop to the car every day. Right? So we can even make a little list. Bringing the laptop to the car every day, right? Taking my fucking lunch break, right? And sometimes you need to be able and ready to bend the rules, right? Taking a little extra time for my lunch break, right? Taking the long route so I can either talk to somebody or hear a podcast or finish it. Listen to a podcast while at work. Another one, leave work on time. Don't always have to go for overtime, right? Because that overtime is only going to pay you only so much. And if you know that you will have the ability to garnish more money than that overtime's paying you within a couple hours that you would have stayed there and now taken back and gone home, you might as well just go home, right? And so these are little small tasks that you can do every single day that compound and compound and compound and compound, right? So you have made the small actionable tasks to get to your goal. Now it's now about setting the fucking goal, or creating a system where all of these things happen simultaneously or in fucking order every single day. Because when you wake up or when you take that lunch break, you already know that your laptop's with you, right? So then after your laptop's with you, what do? You create a fucking LLC, right? You go do research about the LLC. Okay, cool. Now you can listen to your podcast, right? While you try to learn about making an LLC and where to put money and how money functions and whatnot. Maybe you bring a book, right? So now on your lunch break, not only do you know that taking out your laptop for 30 minutes and breaking up your lunchtime for working on your computer and reading is then broken up. Okay, cool. Now all of these things start to happen every single day because it triggers your brain, like we said before, to start the next habit, right? So making these all into a system is what matters. Right. And so when you get out of your fucking when you get out of the 9 to 5 and you start to accelerate, and now you have to create systems for other people to help you. Maybe you get a VA from a different country for a couple of dollars an hour. Now you have people that can take care of the small nuanced stuff that you don't have to take care of. Right. So maybe you get a tax advisor, right? A financial advisor, right? You get a mentor that'll help you, right? You get a VA from online across the seas that can help you with this, right? So now all of these people are creating a system that can help you with achieving your small goals, right? So these go hand in hand. Creating the small goals and creating a system to harvest or get these small goals to continue to compound is almost like the gem that everyone misses here. Because you'll work yourself into a hole once you get out and this changes, right? So when this is no longer a 9 to 5, right, and you have to take the step up, right? And now you make enough money to hire people, but you want the money so bad because you don't want to go back here that you don't hire people to help you here, right? And now you try to run several systems by yourself, but then they end up fucking failing because you didn't have the help and you didn't have the ability or the capacity to sustain all these systems in the way that they operate. This is why you need to hire people and ask for help. And when you don't hire people, all you have to do is ask for help. Systems are generally used to help you, right? And what does that mean? You need to trust and become a little bit more vulnerable with people to help you with these systems, especially if it's not once you get outside of the hardest part of your life where you have to survive. And now it's about gaining abundance. The only way you gain abundance, and we'll make videos about frequency and how to gain abundance, but the only way you can gain abundance on a logical standpoint is when you start to leverage other people's expertise to help you with the small fucking achievable actions that you have to take to get to your bigger goal, right? So don't be scared to create systems, not only with yourself, but when you get to a point where you can manage yourself, don't be scared to ask for help from other people and manage them as well. Right? Because everyone wants to be a part of something. So always ask for help, right? And then the next is review and adjust. How many things did I get done today along my small goals task, right? And did I get rid of all my distractions, right? And okay, cool. When I was at Coke, and I got rid of my distractions and I created a small roadmap, and then I started to get up and do all the things that I had to do on time every single day, right? It compounded over time, but I had to always review and make sure that I was adjusting to the change. Because if you don't adjust to the change is going to drag you right back down to where you started, right? Because when you're in survival mode to get out of the 9 to 5, it's a whole different ball game from when you get out of the 9 to 5 and you've built the business by yourself. And then maybe now you're in a position where you have all these employees that you have to manage, right? And communicate with. These two, how you operate over here and how you operate over here is not the same. This is survival. This is abundance. You have to get out of the survival state. And sometimes all that takes is reviewing and adjusting your current situation because you know it's not going to stay the same forever. And when it starts to change, you always want to make sure that you're adjusting to the change. Because if you don't, you're going to start to see your systems fail. And when your system starts failing, what does that also do that we talked about before? It creates a negative mindset that will then fuck you up when you're starting to take your small fucking steps and your actionable tasks. right? And doing them. And then distractions seep in because now you're trying to get over this mental rut that, oh, fuck, I'm not moving anywhere and I'm not creating momentum because it's just not working and things are negative. So always remember to review what the fuck is going on, even when you're not going up and you're going backwards, because you're going to have these declines, these dips. Markets change, people quit, people don't do their job correctly. You have to fire people. You even have to adjust and assist yourself, right? Review and adjust yourself mentally every day, right? So if you don't do this key function, all of this shit doesn't make sense, right? So at every point you can fail, right? But you got to take the risk. Don't take the risk, you're not going to get anywhere. But you have to be really attentive when it comes to all of these things. And that's why this is very important, because when you review, you're not reviewing just review and adjust. You're reviewing your systems. You're reviewing how those systems are in the small goals. You're reviewing how your fucking distractions are keeping you away from doing your small goals. And you're also assessing your priorities that you have for your life and where you want to go and how these distractions are fucking keeping you back. And so, yes, it is a huge fucking thing, right? It's a huge thing. And you have to know it's a fucking cycle. So just continue to do this shit over and over and over and over and over at every single step of the way. And always remember to review and adjust. Focus is very simple. Focus is very simple. It's one of those things where it's so simple that we start to plague our own brain. Don't let your brain fuck you up out of your position, right? So get focused, bro, because the framework's really easy. Holla. Boy, Mr. Brown.